No.
Okay. Right, so we're going to make a start. So we don't need to go through that again.
What's that?
Okay, so day 4. So our warm-up challenge is called Mighty Middle. And middle is can be classed as a trick. Well, it is a trick. And it's called peekaboo in the trick circuit. But it's also a portable position for your dog. It keeps them safe. You can actually also use it for recall. So, and you guys are going to have a bit of fun with it. So you're going to have to stand up to do this one as well.
I've got a really sleepy dog. She just seems to be sleepy at this time of the night. Look at this. So I'll see how we go.
Is she? What time does she go? What time did he? She. What time does she have a nap?
Oh, she had a nap today from 1 till 3. She was up at 3 this afternoon, and then a run around and we did a wee bit of a training session, and then she slept for about half an hour. But she's really dozy now.
Yeah, and Frankie's fast asleep.
She always is, though. She'll perk up.
Okay, so right. So what we're going to do is middle. You are going to have to stand up, but you can listen to the video first and watch the video first. So, because now that Sally, now that you've woken your puppy up, you'll have to take it to the toilet.
Oh, yeah, I think she'll be right. She was out only 3/4 of maybe 3/4 an hour ago. I'll watch the video and see how we go.
Okay. I'm going to have to unplug my microphone so you can hear the video. Okay. Apparently that's the way it works. I'll suss that out.
Parking position, a bit like downwards. It's great to always.
I did have to think about it because Gunnar does it automatically, so it's kind of like. You're going to lure around in between your legs, feet in position, and then you're going to throw treat out to reset.
Gunnar and I are quite physically challenged with this. He's really, really cool and golden, and I'm short and fat, so it's actually really, really hard. I don't know what was going on with my hair, but this was COVID. Who knows? He doesn't like going through that side for some reason. Very much right hand dog. Nothing strange. He anytime he offers you anything, he actually offers you like for.
You've got 2 parts on the back. Sorry, thanks.
Oh, Liz, we've lost the sound.
So what you're going to do is you're going to lure. Just stop this. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you what you're going to do is you're going to lure around in between your legs, and then you're going to reward in position, and then you're going to do a reset. You're going to chuck your food out. So I have a default leave it. So basically, if I drop food on the ground, nobody moves in my house because I have 2 resource guarders. Okay. So my resets are always, they've always got a get it cue. So if you want to put a get it cue on, you can. Okay.
What do you do, Liz, if you're luring them with the food in your hand and they start trying to bite your hand rather than just following it?
Generally, as a rule, I would just ignore it. And there is a game that you can play, which is depending on which international trainer you follow. It's either called Your Choice by Susan Garrett, or I call it hand. I've got it in my puppy course. I've got it as hands in.
Yeah.
So you teach them basically, not to go to chomp down on your hands, basically. So,
Yeah.
but if she, I mean, it could be the way you're holding it as well. So I will look at you doing it, and then if I think that you may need to change the technique. If you're holding it outright, like if you're holding it, where's my camera? If you're holding it like that, you got to get your fingers chomped.
I do a fist, but I'm not never sure whether to do fist facing her or fist away from her.
Where's my camera? I had my food in here. Hang on, just in here. So I hold my hand like that.
Yeah.
And it's just in there.
Yeah. Okay. So you got your palm open.
Normally, it just depends on what I'm doing. So,
Yeah.
but stand up and have a go. And there's only two of you. I can keep an eye on. I'll keep an eye on what you guys are doing.
I've got a dog. I'm gonna have to take her and give her just a wee run around the yard, so that might wake her up.
Okay.
So I'll go and I'll come back.
Yep.
Frankie's taken herself into the crate for a sleep for the first time in her life.
You've got two very dopey dogs today. Can you tell they're from the same family?
Sorry, Frankie. Okay. Frankie.
What you can do, Rosie, is do a couple of food chuck outs first, okay, just to
Okay.
get them motivated and get them moving.
Frankie. Good girl. Frankie. Good girl.
This will be a good one for the kids too. They can join in.
Oh, they love that. Hey.
Just close the door on the crate. Yeah.
Frankie. Good girl.
Seems unusual for both of them to be sleepy at this time of the day. They should be sort of like revving up for dinner.
Oh, she's always asleep at this time of day. She's real active in the mornings now that she's sleeping better at night.
Yeah.
And then, God, I actually can't keep track of when she's awake and when she's asleep. Frankie.
Just chuck it out again and get her interested.
Frankie. Frankie. Good girl. Frankie. I'm gonna have to take all your beds away.
Come here.
Frankie.
Let's have a go. Mummy, what's this?
Frankie.
What's that?
A lot of crate.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Come on. Molly. Molly.
Does you need to go to the toilet?
Bernie?
I know he's taking a run outside. See if it made a difference.
You might need to
Hi.
close the
Hi.
door on this crate too. See, this is what happens when you take a high reward system out of your crates.
Hey, Molly. Maybe he thinks we're going to do a crate game. Molly.
No, we might have to. We might just go straight to crate games if we can't get them to do middle.
Gee, what's this? What's this? Come on, out here.
Yeah.
Have you got any like a little bit of cheese or something like that?
Yes. We're in the middle of making dinner, so there is. Let's bring on the beach, babe. Great. Is it cheap? Oh,
You don't know what about this?
There you go.
gotta tangle myself up.
Yeah, you need to swap hands or have your hands double loaded so that basically you lure with one hand and then reward with the other.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good deal.
Okay.
Good deal.
So try and reward when she's in between your legs.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then throw to get rid of her.
Yep.
Or not get rid of her.
Really? What's that?
What is that? Cheese.
Computer there. What's this?
Good deal. Why does she need cheese? It's a treat.
No. Molly, come on.
Yep, just lure with that hand. Just do it again. Just reward. So when she's in between your legs, just mark it and reward. So she's coming a little bit too far forward before you mark it.
For me?
Molly.
So should she be like this?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Drinking.
What's this? A girl. Come on, round you come. That's a girl.
Yeah.
Almost. Almost.
So like sitting on our feet almost.
Yep.
Here we go again. Here's here.
I'm scared, I don't know. Head what? Drinking.
Good girl. Come on.
Good girl.
Good girl. Molly. Good girl. Okay, Molly, here we go.
Good girl.
Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Round here. Round here.
Frankie's got the hang of it now.
Yeah, she likes the cheese.
Come on.
Yeah, you've just got to sort of find a reward system that works for your dog. So you know your kibbles, your low value.
Yeah.
Generally, are all kibble is low value, and then you sort of start working up the chain. You know, like so you use things like I mean, I tend not to use cheese, but you can use things like hot dogs. I use a dog roll called Superior Chunky.
What's this? Come on, good girl.
Oh,
Good girl. Good girl. Here we go. Now what's that?
Oh, they're getting the hang of it.
good girl.
Just want to see if the kids want to have a go.
Do you want to? Do you want to keep it?
What's this?
So do you know what to do? So you hold it in one hand and you get her to follow it.
Oh.
Go through your legs, and when she's right between your legs, she sits, and then you give it to her.
Yay.
Wow.
Right, so move away, let her come to you. Over here. Come stand over here. Yeah. Pull it.
Come on, Molly, round.
Yo.
Do you swap hands? It's a bit confusing, isn't it?
Round go. Come on.
Swap hands, and then get her sitting. Good girl.
There you go. Good girl.
Awesome.
What?
Pull her right through. Sit,
Bring it up, Lisa, bring
make
it
her
up.
sit, make her sit.
Good
Good
girl.
girl.
Good
Well
job.
done.
The tiny bit of cheese left.
Did you eat some out of your hand?
Yeah.
What's this? Oh, it's round here. Right here. Good girl.
Good girl.
Oh, all right. You could probably give them a rest, bit of a rest out, and we'll go to the because there's only two of you. We'll probably finish early. Okay.
Good girl.
So step 4. Basically, step 4 is teaching either a sit or a down, a formal sit or a down in the crate. So hopefully your dogs either know how to sit or do a down. I would presume they all know how to do sit on cue. I prefer a down or a settle, but what you'll notice is that if you put them into a sit, and then when they start to go into the crates, they'll actually go into either a down or a settle. And the difference between a down and a settle is, I guess, is a settle is, how am I going to explain this? A down for me is a down, a sphinx down. So if you think about the sphinx, okay, that's a down for me. It's a formal down. And then a settle is when your dog is basically relaxed onto their hips. Okay, so like if you're doing cafe training, I don't teach a down, I teach a settle. Okay, so and dogs naturally once they are starting to feel calm and relaxed, they'll go into a settle naturally, because you know who wants to be in a sphinx down because it's, you know, quite a rigid position. And you know, so when I'm teaching, like I teach both to my dogs, just because of competition, because I compete with my dogs and obedience. But if you guys were doing like, you know, you can teach down, but you just want to relax down. I mean, realistically, if you go into cafes, you just want your dog to relax and go to sleep, don't you? Realistically, and be calm. Visitors come in the house, you just want them to be calm. So I'm going to play this video for you. I'll have to take the sound off again to play it. Step 4. Teaching your dog to lie down on your crate. Realistically, we actually want settle. Exactly.
We can't see any video, I don't think.
Can't see the video.
I can.
You can.
Cue it. But if you ask for a crate up, and they just go in and stand up. That's us for a sit. Or a down, and then reward heavily on the down. So as you can see in the video, I'm actually now putting a bit of duration on him going into the crate, doing a settle, waiting. And normally you would just like count it out in your head, like 1, 2, 3, and then release. 1, 2, 3, 4, then release.
grabbed the wrong one.
Good walk.
Now,
Okay. So the next step is going to be sending your dogs to their crates and either cueing a sit or a down if they know a down. If they go into a settle, that's fine. If they just go into a relaxed down, that's fine. But what you want to do is you want to heavily reward when they're in the position that you want, okay? And then start counting in your head. So start to get duration. So when in the dog training world, when you're teaching duration, distance, and distractions, you do them separately, and it works like this. So you would do duration by itself, then you would do duration plus distractions, and then you would do distance, then you would do distance and duration, and the final step would be distance, duration, and distractions together. And that's how you do any type of training, like your sits, your downs, your anything that you have to go and leave your dog. So it's the same with the crate. You can't put your dog in a crate and then just walk away and expect them to stay if you haven't taught them how to be there in the first place. Okay, so we're going to build up some duration. So you want to start counting in your head. So go 1, 2, and then feed 1, 2, and release 1, 2, 3, and release 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. So you're slowly building up that duration. Okay. Is anyone not clear on what they have to do?
They're going into the crate, sitting, and they're going to stay in the sitting for longer and longer. Yeah.
Either a sit or a down. If they naturally go into a down, that's your final position anyway. Okay.
Frankie.
We leave them there and then we release them, or
You're going to start to
just
put
stay.
a little bit of duration on. So you're going to start counting in your head. So you're going to go 1, 2.
Yeah.
And then release 1, 2, 3, and release. So you're feeding high rate of reinforcement in there.
Okay. Come on, Molly. Open. Bring this down so you can see. There you go.
Frankie, sit.
Open the crate. Molly, in the crate. Open the
Good
crate.
for you.
In the crate. In the crate. Open. Open. Good girl. Open.
More shoes.
Frankie, sit.
Molly. Molly, come here. Come here. In the crate. Come on.
Good girl.
We're not even in the crate. Come on. Open. It's a girl. In the crate. Open.
Frankie.
Crate. In the crate.
This is where it becomes a little bit harder for them, as you can tell.
Boys.
There's no treats until they get in, right?
No treats until they go in.
Open. Good girl. Molly, sit.
She's scavenging food from the boys' dinner.
Oh dear, we don't want that, do we? No, we don't.
Good girl.
I'm just ready for my bicycle
That's
now.
okay. That's okay. Lay down. Down. Good girl.
Good
Down.
girl. Frankie.
Down. Okay, you can sit. Good girl.
Right.
Mm,
This is what I dangerous.
but I think the salmon smells so strong.
I know what you call Frankie.
Good girl.
Frankie.
I know what you call Frankie.
You guys
And
go
there's
get
a video. Once you give them a treat and they've stayed there, do they hop out of the crate?
And I'm waiting for it to go down.
Frankie.
You release them.
Frankie.
Yeah, okay.
Frankie. Frankie.
Molly, Molly.
Got that?
Let's start with those. The crate. Oh. Open.
Hiya.
In the crate.
Yeah.
Good girl. Frankie.
In the crate. That's better. Good girl. Sit. Molly. Down.
Frankie, sit.
Down.
Frankie, crate.
Down. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Hop out. Hop out.
Good.
Hop out.
She knows what to do.
Hop out.
Um,
In the crate.
Frankie, sit.
Good girl. Sit. Down. Down. Down.
She's very picture of it, isn't she? Good
Yeah.
girl. Good girl, Frankie.
Molly. Down.
So
Down.
with Frankie, can you try not to lure her in, just to see if she'll, you wanted to see if she'll go into the crate on cue. She's very distracted. I would actually have her on lead by now, just for management purposes, so she doesn't wander off.
Yeah, the boys have been eating dinner, so there's food
Yeah.
under the table.
Yeah.
A nightmare.
Good girl. In the crate. In the crate. In the crate.
Because what she's learning to do, Frankie's learning to do, is to leave a training session. And it's just a self-reinforcing behavior, particularly if she's actually getting food under the table.
Hop out. Hop out.
She's not very good with the lead, but
It's basically I just want you to hold it so that she doesn't have an opportunity to rehearse buggering off.
Up in the crate. In the crate. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, we don't want to.
I'll lure her in.
Yeah,
Frankie.
Frankie.
Hop out. Hop out.
Frankie.
Frankie.
Good girl. In the crate. Hop in the crate. In the crate. Good girl. Sit. Down. Good girl. Good girl.
Boys, can you just back away, please?
Down. Hop out.
Just chuck food in the back of the crate for Frankie.
Hop out.
Yeah, but she's only wanting the cheese now.
Hop out.
Frankie.
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 Good girl. In the crate. Hop in.
Frankie.
Good girl. In the crate. In the crate. Good girl. Sit. Down.
She's woken up.
Good girl.
Good, Frankie.
Good girl.
It is really hard when you've got other distractions. So if you can just think about the distractions in your house, which to you are probably quite minor, for her it's quite major, and then you think about foundation training, then going out and about and doing your training outside in the wide world.
Great. Sit down.
Dogs learn better in a quiet environment when you're laying down foundations.
My kids are older and they're at the opposite end of the spectrum, so when you come on, they will disappear.
Yeah. And my children are different again. They've left home.
We're getting there. Good girl. Good girl.
And engaged and getting married, and they'll probably all come home with grandchildren.
You're up to start the next stage after that. Good girl, Molly.
Telling them they can only bring puppies home.
At least she's woken up.
I mean, the good thing is that one, we're recording it, and two, you can just carry it on. I mean, if you don't get success in the next 2 days, you know, it's no heartbreak. You've already succeeded in getting a good night's sleep,
Yeah,
Oh.
and
absolutely.
and you've got the videos to carry on training. So
Yeah.
Frankie.
doesn't always work out the way you want it particularly when you're doing a live streaming. I can tell you.
Uh,
This is her worst afternoon yet. training wise. Winky, I think it's because they had salmon.
Maybe. I don't know what it is. She's gone nuts. She's in her kitchen, she's everywhere.
It's salmon, and I think it smells so strong, and that's why she's all over them.
Any crate. Open the crate.
She really can't. She just really can't. So I basically now I would probably end your session because like you're fighting with her, to keep her, to get anything out of her. You're fighting with her, and the thing is that she's getting frustrated. You'll get frustrated. So what we'll do is we've only got 4 minutes to go. So what we'll do is we'll end the sessions here. And 45 minutes for 2 people is pretty good.
Yeah, well done.
And then
Thank
you
you.
guys can have another go later on this evening, maybe after you've had your dinner, and see if you can get some success. And then just try again in the morning when she's fresh, So it's no hardship, Rosie. No hardship. Okay. So is there anything Sally, is there anything you want to add before I sign off?
No, I think we're plodding along.
Okay. All right. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow, our last one, our final one. So I will warn you that tomorrow there is going to be a bit of a, I guess, marketing for the full course, because there is a full course, but you get that.
Yeah, no, that's great. You've done a good job because this has all been the goodness of your heart. So thank you.
You're welcome. And what we'll do is we'll see you tomorrow, and I'll probably won't send this afternoon because I'm probably going to sit down with a glass of wine now, but I will send it first thing in the morning, so you'll get it then, and then you can carry on.
Will do. Thanks very much.